Our story begins in New York City in 1949. The National Basketball Association starts its second season with a watershed moment: racial integration. Earl Lloyd, Chuck Cooper, and Nat Sweetwater Clifton are the first African Americans to enter the NBA. This historic milestone and the spectacular play of these three pioneers opened the door for future generations of black players and changes basketball forever. But African Americans started to open those doors almost 50 years earlier. There were dozens of pioneering teams, players, coaches, and owners whose contributions and achievements paved the way for integration. This exhibition tells the story of this forgotten but important chapter in basketball history: the Black Fives. In 1904, 13 years after basketball is invented, Black Americans play the game for the first time. In Washington, D.C., Harvard-educated African-American high school teacher Edwin Bancroft Henderson introduces basketball to his students during phys ed class. Exercise, teamwork, and camaraderie are valued. In 1906, the Smart Set Athletic Club of Brooklyn becomes the first formally organized independent African-American team in the nation. Soon after, in black communities all along the East Coast, dozens more teams follow: the Alpha Physical Culture Club, the St. Christopher Club, the Monticello Athletic Association, and the Washington 12th Streeters, to name a few. The game provides an opportunity for social assimilation, for community building, and for the betterment of the race. However, not all of society embraces the growth of colored basketball. Racial segregation keeps Negroes from integrating white clubs. Black teams are also prevented from playing in white-owned gymnasiums. So black clubs end up playing in church basements, meeting halls, armories, and dance ballrooms. In spite of these racial barriers, black basketball continues to grow as enterprising African-American promoters turn these obstacles into opportunities. Teaming up with black musicians, they create dance basketball events in which patrons can dance before and after games. Ticket sales soar, and black basketball roars into the 1920s. Throughout the decade, black teams compete against each other for the title Colored Basketball World's Champions, an honor given by consensus of black sports writers from the Negro press. One team, the New York Renaissance Big Five, popularly known as the Harlem Rens, is the best of the best. Founded by Robert Bob Douglas in 1923, they are the first black-owned professional basketball team in America. The Rens play at the Renaissance Casino and Ballroom in Harlem, New York, at the dawn of the Harlem Renaissance. From 1923 to 1948, primarily barnstorming on the road against all-white competition, the Rens win 83% of their over 3,000 games, a staggering record, even when compared to basketball's greatest dynasties. The Rens are so good that they are invited to enter the first-ever World Championship of Professional Basketball. The tournament features 10 of America's best all-white professional teams and one other all-black squad, the Harlem Globetrotters. Placed in the same bracket, the Rens get past the Trotters. Then, in front of over 3,000 fans in the final, they defeat the Oshkosh All-Stars, champions of the whites-only National Basketball League, for the title. The Rens' conquest makes widely known what was already familiar to the black community: African-American basketball is first-rate. The racial integration of the National Basketball Association closes the book on this nearly 50-year history of sustained excellence by pioneering African-American basketball teams, players, and contributors. Rediscover the once-forgotten history of African-American basketball. Experience the world of the Black Fives.